Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mansa Sundiata, you're the YouTube viewer, and welcome back to episode 4 of Shogun 2 Total War Fall of the Samurai Choshu campaign. Now, for those of you who just finished watching the last episode, which was the battle, or for those of you who've been skipping the battles, here are the results for you guys. I did pretty well for the most part. However, I did lose about a little less than half of my army, but it worked out. He had a bunch more men than me, and I pretty much decimated his army and set the stage for taking over Iwami. So let's move forward. While we're waiting for my turn to come back around, for those of you who have been trying to watch battle number 1 or episode number 2, YouTube's kind of been messing me up a little bit. Basically, the videos are supposed to be about 14 minutes and 15 minutes long each. However, YouTube's been cutting them off at about 8. I don't know why. It hasn't done it for any of the other videos, but I'm working on solving that problem. And so yeah, hopefully I can get that resolved quickly for you guys so you can enjoy the whole thing. But here we have another mission issued to defeat an army or navy owned by the Swanu people. And we're going to get called to arms. And basically that'll increase our recruitment capacity for a whole turn, which is a really interesting call to arms bonus. Normally I think it just lowers troop costs or makes it easier to recruit people, which I think is pretty cool. That it'll give us an increased slot. It would be really useful at a time like this. Alright, so the siege isn't guaranteed to go one way or the other, so I'm just going to maintain it for now. Continue to bombard the city with my navy, but unfortunately it didn't cause any damage. I'm going to keep this army from Nagato marching forth. I mean, from Suo. They were part of the Suo garrison. I'm going to keep them marching forth. Hopefully they could help out at Iwami for when they do eventually sally forth to attack me. They do have one spear unit, so that might cause some trouble amongst my guys. I have 2, but they're both severely weakened. In the meantime, I kind of want to save my money so that I could get a wooden frigate, but I also have to keep the heat on the Oku clan. But so that was pretty good. As long as I could keep public relations unhappy for them, I could keep their army in place. As far as I'm concerned, they haven't been recruiting any sort of navy. Perhaps I could enter into a relationship.
Speak, and I will listen. If I can help, I will try to do so.
Alright, cool. So these guys seem really open to entering an alliance with me, which is good. Because, as you know, there's that Civil War dichotomy in this game, so I need to make as many pro-Emperor allies as I possibly can. The Saga are another group who I should be allied with right now. But they don't seem too open to the idea.
Speak your wisdom. I have better things to do than listen to keys.
Well, these guys don't seem too interested in coming to terms with a peace treaty, but I don't think that particularly matters. I'm going to try and build some more infantry in Nagato, so that when I do finally take Iwami, I could have a couple fresh units marching forth, so I could try and take Matsue in one fell swoop as well. In the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can get the people of Hiroshima to help us out with the Matsue army, with taking out the Matsue faction.
Be welcome, my friend. I have ordered sake prepared to whet our wits and warm our hearts.
So they seem to be willing to take on all of my enemies in exchange for military access. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll give them 20 turns of access, which I'm not particularly worried about giving them access. They only have one province. Their power is moderate, which granted mine's moderate as well, and my army is all the way on the other side of the island, but seeing as they're my allies and we just entered an agreement, I don't think they're in any particular position or even inclined to go to war with me. So if they're willing to take on all of my enemies, I don't see any reason why not. So I'll give them what they want. And I think to a large extent they would need that military access, possibly. Actually, no, not really. They wouldn't need that access to attack either of these guys. But it doesn't really matter. What am I building over here? A port, okay. Alright, so I think it's a good time to end my turn. That's almost done, so. Alright, so these guys are marching down to the south, which is good. Because as soon as they take out the Oka, that's just one less faction I have to deal with. Or I have to worry about. Summertime, and in the Fall of the Samurai expansion, with every season comes a buff or a debuff, and with this expansion comes summer, comes plus 5% to unit replenishment rate, which is really good for me right now, even though I can't replenish because I'm in enemy territory. Replenishment rate definitely isn't hurting me right now. And these guys are both done recruiting, so I'm going to send them both north as well. It seems like I'm bringing in a lot less money per turn, but I think that's due to the troops that I just recently built, their upkeep costs from turn to turn. And this navy, the wooden Corvette seems to be doing a decent amount of a decent job of bombarding the enemy. They seem to hit something at least every turn, with varying degrees of importance. When it was hitting the town, I think that was a really good target for it to be hitting. So if you guys are looking to build navies specific for bombardment, I know when I build my navy, I'm gonna have those types of ships in mind. One ship that I don't want in my navy is this gunboat here. It doesn't seem particularly able to hit anything, but when I look at it, it seems like it's more of a transport ship. Just its name, gunboat, gives me a transport ship kind of feel to it. But these guys have 4. They're losing a couple men due to the siege. I'm going to keep the siege going on as long as possible until they attack me. Hopefully these guys can get here and support in time. Next turn, they won't even be in the support range next turn. But if they do attack me, then perhaps I'll retreat off and then I'll put the attack back on. The the campaign map says that they're recruiting troops, but as far as I'm concerned, that you can't really recruit troops while you're under siege. So hopefully I'm stopping that recruitment, but if I'm not, I'll just retreat a little bit, wait for these 3 units to catch up, and they won't be able to out-recruit that. Actually, it'll take these guys 3, so they will be able to keep up, but they won't be able to out-recruit it, only to match it at best. Alright, I'm just checking up on this population, seeing how it's doing with the allegiances. And seeing as this place is pro-shogunate, I'm actually going to bring my Ishin Shinshi out here to inspire my troops during the battle. He'll actually get there in 2. Why he has a better march speed than these guys, I have no idea, but whatever. I guess it's all part of the game. Alright. I'm going to need a little bit more money before I could build anything of any real value. So I'm just going to end my turn here. Oh, darn. I forgot to look at my technology. That's one thing you have to always make sure you look at, because, oh no, they lost. Which is bad as well. Yeah, so it seems like these guys sally forth and attack me. They built another general. They got another general somehow. I think I will fight this out on the campaign map, so I'm going to do a quick save real quick. And I think this is a good place to end this video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to say anything to me. If you have any suggestions, good or bad. Any praises, or if anything I do in these videos bothers you or anything, just tell me so I can change that in the future. Be sure to like, share with your friends, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.